Okay, one of the biggest dominoes to fall this free agency period was SaM Darnold, and it appears as though he has been signed with the Seattle Seahawks. Of course, nothing is official until Wednesday, but they have made an agreement, which that's the case of all these contracts, an agreement for the Seahawks to sign SaM Darnold. All of a sudden, the Geno Smith deal makes more sense, right? As they're getting someone who is a lot younger than Geno Smith. Is he a lot better? Well, depends on who you ask, right? I think both had very good seasons these past couple of years. Darnold, of course, struggled for a good part of his career, did have a great year with the Vikings, and one thing I can't help but think about is Darnold, probably his best throw of his career came against Seattle last year when he had a great game. Ultimately, the Vikings beat the Seahawks and kind of knocked them out of the playoffs, essentially, with that win. The Seahawks say, you know what, let's add him. The contract is not a massive one the way some people were saying. Is he going to get $40 million? Is he going to get $50 million? He gets the Baker Mayfield deal. It's exactly the Baker Mayfield deal. $100 million for 3 years. Now, I don't see the guarantees. Baker Mayfield's deal was essentially a 2-year deal with a 3rd-year option, more or less. We'll see if that's similar with SaM Darnold or if he gets more guaranteed money. But Darnold gets paid a big amount of money. I'm now seeing someone reported at $110 million. So I guess okay. Tom Pelissero said it's close to $100 million. Rappaport said worth nearly $100 million. Now some people are saying $110 million. So, and according to Schefter, $110 million, $55 million guaranteed. So still kind of the same thing. 2 years of a 3rd-year option type of thing. But really fascinating. I mean, the Seahawks, who we thought were kind of blowing it up, right? I mean, they traded away DK Metcalf earlier this offseason as well. Now they say, no, we're not blowing it up. We are going to go with SaM Darnold. And it's curious, right? I mean, I'm trying to figure out exactly what the full plan is here with the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, what is the plan here, right? You have Jackson Smith and Jigba, so you have that, a good piece to build around. The offensive line, I mean, I like Charles Cross, but they don't have a lot on this offensive line, really. They do have a defense that played well at times last year, but I do just feel like maybe they have taken a step backwards. But at the same time, I think, again, part of why you go with SaM Darnold is he's a player who should be good for longer. He's only 27 years old. Remember, he entered the league so young that he is still a relatively young player, and I think that's part of what they're doing here. So, yeah, very fascinating stuff, but SaM Darnold is going to be a Minnesota, he was a Minnesota Viking. He's going to be a Seattle Seahawk, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. Very, very fascinating move, and that also probably sets the market for some of these other contracts because Russell Wilson's not getting more than Darnold, so now we kind of know maybe where he's at as well. But yeah, interesting move. They're buying high on SaM Darnold, but hey, it could work. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.